Hello. Fair shakes is that I'm not the Pom or the pretend Pom living in Australia that you think I'm meant to be. But I have brought them with me.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god, why are we here? Whose idea was this? It was
Well,
yours.
Actually, it wasn't mine. It was Thrasher's idea, and I think he did it after 7 pints of whiskey. You know,
I,
casual English things after, watching Australia beat the crap out of them.
A typical
oh,
Sunday.
wow. Okay. Whoa. Okay. All right. Let's rewind very slightly. The cricket insults can wait until we get this right. Why are we actually here? Or more accurately, why are you on my channel?
Well, you see, we had this idea, you had this idea, and I thought it was a great idea, where in the lead up to Christmas, we would make our communities build things for us and paint things for us, like very, words.
Like the nerds
Can't
we
make that
all
joke
are.
upset them. Yes, like the nerds we all are. I can't say that because that will upset someone with finer tastes.
Let's face it. You, me, Rex, and everybody that listens and watches us are giant flipping nerds. So, let's
Horrific
get next to
nerds.
that and lean into it.
Yes, do it.
Yes, we are horrific nerds.
Wear it like a badge of pride.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Because you know what? Girls or boys or whatever your persuasion is, they like nerds. Because, well, as long as you don't talk to them about Warhammer for 5 hours, they'll usually pay some attention to you. Sometimes.
No, that's when you get the Horus Heresy audiobook.
Yeah, read that at a first date. See what happens.
I was going to say, kid, I'm just going to point out no one ever successfully pulled on their first date by talking about Warhammer 40k. It didn't happen.
No, that's a lie. It always happens. Ignore him. Try it. See what happens.
Look, as a happily married man of many years, I don't think it's fair to give people that kind of crippling start. Do not start with this. I can give you better advice if you message me.
Yeah, message him at jenkinsdatingadvice.tinder.co.uk.
I can't absolutely guarantee that that's not Jenkins's dating profile, but look, move on. Okay, why are we here?
Okay, so we've had this idea in the next couple months before the big fat man with the red coat and the white beard or blue coat, depending on your persuasion, arrives. We will decide to run a little modelling competition for those of us who like to, huff plastic fumes and glue and paint and, all kinds of fun stuff. Well, until Christmas. So the winners will get a mug with our lovely logos on them. You will see it on screen now. Note to yourself, actually remember to put it on the screen. Look at that.
It is beautiful.
Behold my shining visage.
I can drink so much eggnog out of that. Not that I would.
Yeah. There's even another Spitfire on it. There's 2 Spitfires if you count your logo.
Imposter.
And there's a T-34 as well, for those who are obsessed with Soviet models. I'm sorry, I just couldn't get a Sherman and that kind of PNG for free. But, it is what it is. But there are categories.
Okay, so wait, hang on. Just rewind very slightly. So this is you're going to build a model, and
Yes.
It's got to be done between now and the 10th of December, I think we said, so
Yes.
that we get a chance to judge it in time for Christmas.
Yes.
But you have to start it now. This can't be something you've built beforehand, right?
Yes, so when you submit your photo of the model to the email address on screen now, in the description and in the pinned comments of all 3 videos, you have to send a photo of the sprue in the bag or in the box, unbuilt. And I want something to basically say it's this date. So, get a piece of paper and write the date of when you started, put it in the photo, send it in with the model. That way we can see you've started it and you built it between effectively the 2nd of October when we all put this out and through to the 10th of December. So it's got to be between those dates. And when we say the 10th of December, midnight, 10th of December UK time. That way you've still got time in Australia and the world, and it's all sort of works out well. So midnight GMT UK time on the 10th. That's your last chance to submit.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. That's really clear. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So what can people build?
Well, what can they build? Well, there's 3 categories here because we recognize that not all 2 model makers are the same. We are all sad sacks when it comes to model making. We all have our own little niches. Unless you're me and you've spent too much money on all kinds of models. But you've got vehicles. Number 1, there will be a category for vehicles. Now, this includes tanks, ships, planes, cars. If you want to build an F1 car, go for it. If you want to build a 17th century pirate galleon, go for it. It's in this category. If you want to build a battleship, it's in this category. Whatever kind of vehicle you can think of and you can build, that's, semi-historical or planned or, civilianing, go for it. Vehicles category, that's you. That's your mark. List the category you're entering, by the way, when you send your email in, just to help, or we'll assign it ourselves. That's category 1. Category 2 is minifigures. Now, Rex, would you like to explain what a minifigure is?
A small person.
Yes.
No, would you like a more detailed explanation than that?
Maybe a tiny
Yes,
bit.
imagine, yes, but just a smidge.
Is this the time where I say that I've never made a minifigure in my life? I've only ever done model vehicles.
Okay, all right. So, don't worry about it. So if you were a deeply afflicted individual, you probably at some point in your life, for example, enjoyed Warhammer 40k, which we've talked about before, or possibly even army figures. If it's a miniature, and it's a miniature, let's say, if it says miniature on the packet, jobs are fucking good, right? But a miniature, this is what falls into this category. Typically people. It could also be, I will point out, a dreadnought. That's also fine. Or if you feel insane and you want to try and do it, build a Titan. Feel free to do that too.
Yes.
But it's a miniature. I suppose, actually, no, technically Titan's a vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say a Titan falls under the category of vehicle, honestly.
It does.
Okay. Fine, all right. So
Yeah.
miniatures, typically human beings or small creatures.
I would
There we
include a dreadnought in miniatures as well.
I think a dreadnought falls in this category. It's not strictly speaking a vehicle because what's in it is dead.
Now, also because it's technically a figurine, I've written that Gundam counts in this as well for our anime-afflicted followers out there, and I hope you recover, but I understand that it is a hard addiction to pass.
No, I think that if we accept Dreadnought, we do need to accept Gundams and mobile combat battle
Yes.
suits and stuff. I agree. I think that's a good distinction to make.
So
And
the
I will
mini-
smile and nod and go, I have no idea what the hell that is, but fine, yeah, sure, whatever.
I don't know either. I'm gonna if we get Gundams, I'm just gonna grab a weeb that I know by the neck and say explain what this is.
I am now going to paint one of my Gundams out of spite and send it to you in a little glass box.
Of course you would. Oh, please no.
Please God, please have mercy, Rex. No, fine. Well, we would like to point that we will consider all entries with equal alacrity, but obviously if they are a Gundam and 2 out of 3 of the refs don't know what the hell it is, you're onto a bit of a sticky wicket. Just saying.
Yes, and we'll bring in a 4th person to judge any Gundams.
I mean, Animarchy is right there.
Yeah, he is, and I can just scream at him from a couple thousand kilometers away until he answers.
Yeah.
So now we have the 3rd category, and considering Thrash can do an amazing, very, very accurate Soviet accent, I would like you to explain the properly Smakalka category.
Smokelka. Very good, comrade. I think we would like to see from all of you in Ekrano, Gavin. No, I mean, literally, anything which doesn't fall into the obvious categories. Basically, this is probably something that you've made up entirely. It's a kit bash, a build of, let's say for the sake of, please don't do this, but if you decided to build the version of the Defiant that Rex came up with during our last live stream, this sadly would be the category into which it fitted. I would like to see some chronographics. Rex would like to see some 262 crossbred with the Defiant things.
I'd like
If
to
you
see all
must,
sorts of things, honestly.
yeah. Nothing too adult, okay? And we
keep
get
it
past
PG.
standards. Yeah, keep it
Yeah.
PG, man. Keep it PG. But yeah, if you feel like kit bashing, other is your category. Or if you're just really bad like me, then enter the other category because it might not be distinguishable from a pile of plastic.
Yes. Just on that, if you do include the spicy pinwheel of doom, as so very fond the Germans were in 1939 to 1945 during that period, that was a bit sporting. I will blur it, but I don't care if you include it, because when I'll go through, collate all the images that we get before the end of this, before we have a little stream, or one of us will, and we can just blur that out. So if you want to be accurate to history and throw on the spicy pinwheel of doom, then that's absolutely fine. We can blur it for YouTube. It's not that big.
No, sure. And it's worth saying, like, if you put an entry in and we think it's half decent, even if you don't win, we'll absolutely make sure this winds up on socials so that you can see your beautiful picture up in lights on one, if not all three of our Twitter feeds. I refuse to call it by the other name.
There is no.
And
There is
there
no
is
other
no
name.
name. And we'll just get it up so that you can see it, right? Because it's quite cool. If you put a bunch of effort in, we want to kind of make sure that we give you a big shout out, because we are basically all giant nerds here. So if you win or you don't win, you'll still get it up there, right?
Yeah, there'll be a big. I think there'll be a fairly large honourable mentions category. I think.
Yeah, honestly, if you just put the effort into this, frankly, you're probably going to get an honourable mention, because we want to just celebrate the fact that there are a bunch of people out there that are massive autists.
We like building our plastic things.
I say that while looking at a half-built 1/350 scale French light cruiser and a bunch of Dark Angels Warhammer minifigs. So
I'm currently looking at a half-completed HMS Victory, and I'm weeping at the prospect of ever completing that giant thing.
Have you got the 1/100 scale one that's huge like I do, that I'm trying to pretend I didn't buy because it was $500?
No, the one that I got was like 300 or 400. It's still pretty big. I don't have the box. I've just got it kind of sitting out.
My Victory is about 1 meter long.
Mine is not that big. Mine is not that big.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. I don't have anywhere to put it. It's so big. I should probably get back onto that, to be honest. Anyway, that's just me rambling. You know what? I might do more of that while this is going on. But yeah, so the 3 categories: vehicles, just it's a vehicle as long as it moves somewhere on either something aquatic, aeronautical, or that groundy thing. Hell, even a spaceship, that works in vehicles. Doesn't necessarily have to be not sci-fi or anything. Like if you want to build a Star Destroyer and put it in vehicles, I'm totally cool with that, and I encourage it because it would be funny. Minifigures, use your thought process. If it's a figurine, if it's a person, a dreadnought, a Gundam, whatever, that goes in there. And then you've got properly Smacalco, which is kit bashing. Make it as nuts as you want to make it, and as psycho as you want to make it. And the winners will get one of these mugs. Totally free of charge, and I will ship it to you, or Thrasher will ship it to you, or Rex will ship it to you. Probably one of the 3 of us, depending on who you were geographically closest to.
Yes.
We will get it to you. Let's leave it on
You
that.
will get Dorky Chinaware.
It may take 2 weeks, but you will get it. Yes, you will.
The approximate, just for the clarity, the approximate value of this is almost nothing other than prestige. But we're looking forward to people giving it the best foot forward. And if you find an interesting way...
bucks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, right.
We're all here for the bragging rights, aren't we?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, the bragging rights.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't built a model since I was about 12, and I'm wondering whether or not a Saturn V is out of the question.
It's not. I can get you some good kits if you want a good Saturn V.
I mean, how could it be, right? It's a bunch of circles.
So what I'm hearing is a Thrasher Christmas live stream where we all laugh as he attempts to build a Saturn V scale model.
I'll live stream with you while I build something ridiculous as well. I've got a Macabre tank that I've barely started. I can do that.
There was a Churchill Mark 7 Tamiya kit that I was seriously looking at. I was looking at it last night going, I'm quite tempted by that. And it's not bonkers money. I think it's 35 sterlings.
It's a good little kit. I've got it sitting out there along with a Comet. I ran out of space in my model shop, so it's currently sitting in my wife's at my wife's desk covered around her work papers. But we ignore that.
Really well. I'm trying to dig it, but anyway. So look, okay, I think that's probably covered it, don't you?
Yes. So Christmas kit build 2024 at gmail.com. It'll be in the pinned comments. It'll be on the screen. It'll be everywhere. I'll put it on Thrash's forehead if you really need me to. But it will be around. I'll tattoo it to him. Don't worry. He won't question it.
Wait,
He'll a bunch of whiskey and play a highlight reel of the 3 times England has won. He'll completely numb to it.
You're a dick. I love you anyway.
But yes, we look forward to judging your entrance.
Yes.
We will periodically remind you during the event. And also I will probably, in hindsight as well, I'm going to make a little Discord where people can talk to each other. Just the little one who want to join this event, and I'll ping my server with it, and I'll make you both admins in it as well. So you'll be able to all chat with each other.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Cool.
We didn't write a script for this, can they tell?
I don't think anybody could tell this wasn't scripted.